From Thursday, September 9th to Saturday, September 11th, 2021, some youths drawn from over 6 regions of Cameroon were drilled on basic capacity needs that will make them competent to fit in the job market, which today is more complex than some years ago. For these 3 days, these youths drawn from diverse ethnic, regional and gender backgrounds were equipped with necessary skills to help them get at least middle-level positions in development projects.
That contract, right, and bringing in the best expertise to ensure that this contract is executed.
This was in a workshop organized by CAMPEACI and financed by the Ephraim Abouediabe Platform of Excellence that took place in Odza, Yaoundé. Mr. Carlson Gale from the United Nations and the technical facilitator of this 3-day workshop gave the raison d'etre of the workshop and the mode of selection of the participants.
CAMPEACI and Ephraim Abouediabe Platform for Excellence took the initiative to equip Cameroonian youths with the necessary skills that will permit them in occupying middle-level positions in development projects and other initiatives which needs a good mobilization of project management skills. First of all, we ensured regional balance. There are 6 regions represented in the training. The participants are also from diverse institutions, notably institutions of higher learning, from diverse academic backgrounds, but we also ensured that gender is properly represented. It's one of those rare opportunities we had 50-50 gender representations.
To Dr. Samuel Nandobe, one of the facilitators, he says how important projects elaboration and management is.
Project elaboration and management is very, very important, not only for Cameroonians, but for Africans as a whole. My experience, global experience working on projects and also on grant making, I see that one of the most difficulties organizations have is how to develop their ideas and put it in projects and then getting the resources in order to implement the projects. So if I can give an example, the Global Climate Fund, the Green Climate Fund, you see that in our region, Cameroon, for example, has not benefited from any funding from the Green Climate Fund, just because we are not able to elaborate projects, come up with tools on how to manage those projects. So it goes the same, not only for big projects, but also for small projects, small grants. People have good ideas, but they are unable to translate their ideas into projects with clear strategies, and they are unable to develop clear resource mobilization strategies that will enable them to have the money.
Madame Dinga Crescentia, who was equally part of the facilitation process, says the importance of human rights and how indispensable it is when dealing with project management.
Human rights must be taken into consideration when you have to look at the kind of projects which you want to start. With project management, why do you have to look at the human rights? You must be able to start by classifying the human rights. When you classify human rights, then you look at the context in which you want to start that project. You will be able to know which rights are you trying to make right. Where did you have a conflict in that area where you want to implement a project? And in that way, you'll be able, from inception, from implementation, recruitment, and even protection and ownership of that project.
At the end of the workshop, the participants will receive basic knowledge that will boost their productivity level in the job market and give them specific competence in project management, monitoring, and evaluation, share their experiences on our cameras.
I'm very satisfied. I learned a lot, and I learned how to mount a good project that can sell, and also to write a good CV and a good motivation letter. So as a youth, I think it's going to play a lot in my career.
Véritable plaisir pour moi de participer à cette session de l'ONG CAMPEACI.
I am very satisfied with the training, and I think the 3 days was we did great work, and I know I am a consultant in project work. With what I have been given, I think it will inspire others, and I'll be able to relate to others the good news what I have gotten from this formation.
Journalists in Meme Division all rallied in the Kumba City Council Hall on Saturday, September 4, 2021 for a press conference with the Kumba City Mayor, Gregory Mewanu.
Some couple of months ago, where we could get some investors very, very interested in coming to Cameroon to work with us.
The city mayor used the press conference to explain the development projects for the city of Kumba.
A comfortable and befitting space, secured space in the Kumba market to be able to properly do or carry out the activities of commerce. And I think this will also move over to the taxi drivers, the bike riders, and co. This will most especially help us in curbing urban disorder. Container structures, little zinc container structures being put at every corner of the road in the city. I can assure you, latest by the end of this year, that is going to be history. It is going to come to an end. First, build up the market to make sure that we will be able to have accommodation for these people we are going to be sending away from around the streets, the roads, who have placed containers all over the city. Talking about the transport sector, loading and offloading used to take place at three corners. That has been one of our headaches in the past days or weeks, but I think for now that has been curbed to about 80-90%. Vehicles do not stay there and offload or load.
And he also said after visiting many great cities across the world, he knows Kumba too can be made great again by developing it.
Making Kumba great again by bringing back the big, huge Kumba market that used to be. Making sure that the 25% of permanent structures that existed in the Kumba market, I think for us to strengthen our economic strive, we need to make sure that we have a beautiful, but not only beautiful, but also safe and secure Kumba market that is free from fire burns. This we can only do by building permanent structures.
Amongst the projects for the development of the city of Kumba, the city mayor Gregory Mewanu says Kumba is the highest when it comes to cocoa production. Thus, he thinks it will be a good idea for a cocoa processing plant to be created in the city of Kumba.
So if actually there should be a cocoa transformation plant in Kumba that produces close to 50-60% of the cocoa that comes from Cameroon. Implantation of the cocoa transformation plant will help us solve the problem of cocoa leaving Kumba to somewhere else.
To get the city more beautiful, the Kumba amusement park is getting a facelift as work is ongoing there. The front wall of the park, the city mayor says, will be broken down so that the fence will be rebuilt in a way that people passing by can see the amusement going on in the park.
Amusement park, and the city council is also taking upon itself to put in a 20-25 million francs investment there for some other alternative machines. So I think the children in Kumba, they will have a real amusement park.
Mr. Gregory Mewanu also talked of a new city hall that will be built befitting for the city of Kumba.
It is almost as good as in our basket. We're going to be having, we will celebrate Christmas there by the grace of God.
Talking about the stoppage of work on the city grandstand, the city mayor says that a new project will be relaunched for the grandstand to be taken to completion.
The contract is to be cancelled, not the project will be cancelled, but the contract will be cancelled, allocating the project to another contractor who this time I think will be well checked and proved, controlled, that together with you there's a realization to 100% of this grandstand.
With all these, the population of Kumba will be sure of a more beautiful and great city in the near future.
Almost a year after the Mother Francisca International Bilingual Academy massacre, the proprietress of the school, Mrs. Sue Judith, was finally released from detention on September 7th, 2021. October 24th, 2020 is the day that will always be remembered as it saw the gruesome killing of innocent kids by unknown gunmen. Speaking to the press, Mrs. Sue Judith said her release was made possible because of the prayers that came from people across the globe.
We thank God Almighty for my release because I'm a victim of circumstance. So I give God the glory. And I'm released because of the prayer of the whole world. The whole world was praying for my release, and it happened the way God has made it. So I want to thank God for that. And I want to advise any other person that they should put God first before any other thing. So without God, I will not have it. So the Cameroon government to assist me in making sure that the school where the children were assassinated is protected by giving me a fence, a solid fence of the school. Without which the school cannot function. I need a fence of the school, so I appeal to government to assist me in that part.
Since that fateful October 24th, only the nursery and primary section of the Mother Francisca International Bilingual Academy have been operational. The secondary section is still to restart.
Legend Football Academy of Kumba have held a transformative General Assembly involving parents of the players who are stakeholders and the brain behind the success of the team. The General Assembly, which took place on the 8th of September 2021 at Club 75 in Kumba, was geared towards mobilizing partners and youths, evaluating the previous year and set the pace for a new season. This was equally a platform for the sharing of ideas with the objective of fostering football in Meme Division and beyond. By the end of the season, Legend Football Academy, the champions of Meme, say they will bring back the elite to limelight since they have realized that the morality of the youth is fast degrading. Football will be used to encourage and empower them as well as enhance gender equality. Mr. Nyenti Lionel Ebot, Prisons Administrator and Superintendent in charge of the Kumba Principal Prison, who doubles as the president of Legend Football Academy, encouraged the players on the innovations to take place soon.
And these are young guys, we have identified that passion in them. Of course, you can bear with me that at this level we have nothing to offer. But irrespective of that, they are still concerned about the well-being and the development and the progress of the team. So it's about the passion they have built in them. It's about that inner desire to play and to showcase their talents.
And gave his vision to take the club to higher heights. Mr. Sumelong Ewane James, the president of Bioskake Football Club and member of the Meme League of Fecafood, who was also present at the General Assembly, highlighted on the commitment of the players.
You guys have a team, and it is who you are. And my advice to you is that you take advantage of that team spirit. Hang on to Legend Football Academy and make the best out of it for yourselves.
Some of the players of the Legend Football Academy say their football career has not been an easy route.
Sometimes we used to come to the field, no coaches, training equipment, less, the balls, the cones.
So we started Legend Academy from the 3rd division. It was not easy on our side. Mostly the players and from our executives. It was not easy. But we see that we don't have much and the coaches don't have much to give us. But we know that football is first our career.
Mr. Eto Kingsley, the coach of Legend, says the youth shouldn't be used for money making, but their talent should be showcased to the outside world.
I bet you that Legend will bring back the lost love in this town. And I believe this year is a year we are setting. We are setting this year not just as a testing year, we are setting it as a year we need to achieve.
With the challenges mostly centered around finances, the president, Mr. Nyenti Lionel, urged the players to minimize their desires and focus on their needs.
Reason why we have to accompany them in terms of discipline, in terms of all other aspects that can be put together in order to make them to succeed in this dream that they have built together.
With the action plan of showcasing the talents at the regional level, the players must be committed, so they were urged to use their bodies as their working materials, while the women were called to be disciplined.